don't need Netflix. You don't need cable. Hop on YouTube. Welcome to the hood table, where we chop up local and global events vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system for your glass a little. Expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. Get addicted to the content. Got them binge watching. Don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you're clocking out. Don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation. Bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn it back until you start try again. Hey, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix. You don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix. You don't need cable. Good morning, everybody. I was about to say happy Saturday, but it is Friday. It seems like the weekend already. So happy Good Friday to everybody. Happy Easter weekend to everybody. Hope everybody is having a nice start to their weekend and being safe and healthy, you know, with all that's going on in the world and in our own personal communities. Last night I had made a video because my son's apartment, somebody had tried to break in the apartment and he had recorded the footage after he had called the police, and there's some crazy guy over there looking like he was on drugs. He was wielding a big butcher knife in his hand and making threats to him and other tenants, and the crazy thing was he lived in the same building, so it wasn't like somebody from down the street or from another neighborhood who walked over there or drove over there and tried to break in some apartments. The guy lived right downstairs on the main floor of the apartment building, and so my sons called the police and the police ended up taking him to jail. So that was really scary because he just moved out like 6 months ago and already somebody's trying to break into where he's living with a butcher knife. So yeah, that was really scary. And then, you know, he has his girlfriend and she was scared and panicking and terrified. They want to move now, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. You know, if he stays in jail, if they let him out, if the landlord lets him back or evict him. So I will post update information on that later. But as far as the title of this video goes, some of y'all who has been in this sector a long time, or some of y'all who probably follow some of the same people that I do, might have seen a video the other day on Duchess Kelly Live. Duchess Kelly Loves Live, DKL's Live. And they had Sir King on there. And Sir King, they believe, is Wolverine. Now, we all know who Wolverine is, though. We done seen him. Wolverine, he doesn't have a channel, but he claims that he's going to get a channel once his kitchen is newly remodeled or finished being remodeled or whatnot, because he wants to do cooking shows and show people how to cook and all that. That's what Wolverine said he wants to do with his channel. I'm actually looking forward to seeing what Wolverine does on his channel once he really does get his channel up and going. But, you know, honestly speaking, you don't have to have a fancy kitchen to do a cooking show. People be doing cooking shows and on regular countertops, regular kitchens, regular stoves, regular fridges. But I guess he wants his all fancy and stuff, like the shows that be on TV or whatnot. But anywho, he had appeared on Duchess Kelly Loves Live the other day. He's appeared on several different content creators StreamYards as of late, and he was on who was it? Brianna. I watched Brianna too. She's crazy. She's so funny. But I watched Brianna as well. Brianna Simone Pettyville. And he has appeared on her show many times, and you know, his voice is really distinctive, and I could know his voice anywhere. I don't think that Sir King is Wolverine. I just don't. I'm just trying to figure out, why would Wolverine use his... I mean, first of all, we know what Wolverine looked like now. We know what he looked like. He came out, and it was crazy. I thought it was kind of crazy too how he came out on
channel and not on Brianna's. I was like, dang, wow. I feel Brianna. She was in her feelings. I feel her. She was salty. I feel her though, you know, and somebody said, Sir King said in his defense, because everybody was coming at Wolverine like, you over on Brianna's, you in Pettyville every day, jumping on the StreamYard, talking to them, and you came out on Fi's channel. I thought, I don't know. If I was Brie, I would have been in my Fifi's too. I'm like, we've been kikiing with this man and talking with this man and chopping it up with this man on my live, and then he comes out on Fi's channel. But I guess I get Wolverine's point too. He wanted to come out on a bigger platform so more people see him. I don't know. Hey Betty White, what's up, love? You said good morning to you. You said you thought Sir King sound like Food Junkie. No, I don't think Sir King sounds like Food Junkie. I believe I honestly know who Sir King is, and I have said it several times in Duchess Kelly Live's chat last night. But you know, who am I? Wasn't nobody paying attention to my comments. But on my live, on my StreamYard, on, was it Wednesday? What's today? Friday. On Wednesday, on my StreamYard, we was talking about several different topics, and people jumped on my StreamYard, and one of them was Deanna Irvin. She jumped on my StreamYard, and Miss Sislow, she jumped on the StreamYard, and my cousin Jamie, he jumped on the StreamYard. Miss Pizarro tried to jump on the StreamYard, but something was happening funky with her phone, so she couldn't jump on the StreamYard. But to those who were on the StreamYard with me, right before we were ending the live, because the live was about an hour and a half, so right before we ended the live, somebody came into the chat and they tried to come in the on the StreamYard, and I was looking. You know how you can kind of see people behind the StreamYard, you can kind of see their face, and I was like, oh, hold up. I know that face, you know, the green eyes, and it says Sir King, you know, it had the name Sir King, and I was like, is this a doggone troll? Because I never really thought about it before then. And Deanna was like, oh Lord, we got a troll. You got a troll, you know, behind the doors. And I was like, I think this might be a troll. But then I'm like, no, it might not be a troll. And I'm like, you know what? If it's a troll, we just, you know, hang the phone up. We just slam the door shut, close the window on them, and don't let them back on in the future. So you said his hope is not food. No, it's not Food Junkie, and no shade to Food Junkie, but his voice is very distinctive, and sometimes he stutters, and it's different from the Sir King, the way he talks, and it's also different from Wolverine. Wolverine's voice is very distinctive, and I don't think you could just jump into that voice 1 second and just jump out. Like, I don't know. If he is, he's a very great actor. But to me, when I was commenting in Duchess Kelly Loves, I'm gonna just say DKL. When I was commenting in DKL's live the other night, when Sir King was on there and Treecey was on there, and I can't remember who else was on. Oh, Deanna, she was on the StreamYard. I can't remember the other lady's name that was on the StreamYard. But I kept commenting in the chat. I'm like, that is not Wolverine. And then Treecey did reach out and call him. She claims she got Wolverine's phone number. I don't know. And then the phone buzzed and everybody was like, oh, that's Wolverine. But Sir King said, you know what? He had actually made a post. And I'm going to read it because Treecey posted it on her page. And Sir King said, to my defense, you can see that the sound on my phone came way before Treecey finished finding the number and dialing it. She even looked shocked because she didn't even finish dialing the number. He said, look at her face. Then he said, toodles. But, I don't think it's Food Junkie. No, it's not Food Junkie. No. I don't think Food Junkie would play games like that anyway. But he seems a little bit too mature to me. You know, I don't know him personally, but he seems a little bit too mature. But anyway, back to Duchess Kelly Love's chat. I had kept saying in the chat that I don't think that's Wolverine. Now I could be wrong. I mean, Treecey could be right, but I still don't think that's the same guy. Now, when I was talking in the chat, in DKL's chat, Deanna had also mentioned to Sir King. She said, aren't you... she said no. She said, did you come onto the hood table on... and matter of fact, she said Tanya, because most people know I'm Tanya from Tanya's Primetime TV. Most people know that. So when I jump in their chat on the hood table, because I'm not really using Tanya's Primetime TV right now because I'm trying to grow the hood table. So when I jump in people's chat as the hood table, most of them, like Ask April, Deanna, you know, a lot of people know I'm Tanya, even though my thing says the hood table. So they immediately like, what's up, Tanya? The hood table's in the house, you know. So Deanna said, were you on Tanya's StreamYard the other day? And he said, yeah, I was on Tanya's StreamYard. He knows my name. Like, I don't think Wolverine knows anything about me. And the reason why I don't think that's Wolverine is because the voice of Sir King, I remember hearing that voice all the time from another YouTuber. So Sir King had told Deanna on the live, said, yeah, I was in her life. And she said, well, you made it seem like, or you sounded like, or gave the impression that you know Tanya really well. Or you've been following her for a long time, because when Sir King came on my StreamYard a few days ago, we was talking about my old channel, and he the one who brought up the old channel. So I ain't really been going hard on that old channel in a long time. So that's another reason that gave me pause about Sir King being Wolverine, because I don't know nothing about no Wolverine. Wolverine don't know nothing about me. The one that showed his face on Fi's chat on her StreamYard, I don't know that man from a can of paint, and I know he don't know me. I know he don't know me. So, and I'm thinking if he did know me, he would have spoken to me. All the times that I've been in people chats, and the Wolverine, actual say Wolverine in the chat, be in the chats, he ain't never spoke to me. Like, never spoke to me at all. And so why would he just all of a sudden jump on my StreamYard and talk to me and have a conversation about me about my old channel? Like, it don't make sense. It don't make sense. So anywho, after that, I had commented in the chat, and I told Deanna, I said, Deanna, this is the same person that was on my StreamYard the other day, and I don't think that's Wolverine. And again, I could be wrong. Treecey could be right, but I still don't think that's Wolverine. Now, if he happens to come out and show his face on the Sir King page and it turns out it's Wolverine, then it's obviously him, but I still don't think it's Wolverine. I do not think Sir King is Wolverine. Now, in the chat, in Duchess Kelly Love's chat last night, I was saying that this person's voice sounds like somebody who used to hang with the ATLian. And I think some people in the chat caught on, the few people who did pay attention to my comment, because the comments was just, going crazy. And the few people who did pay attention to my comment, they was like, yeah, that dude, he with ATLian, Michelle ATLian. And I'm like, okay, so I think a few people are starting to recognize the voice of Sir King. Now, the person who I believe is Sir King, and again, I could be wrong, but the person who I believe is Sir King is Zillz. Do any of y'all remember Zillz? Some of y'all probably don't remember Zillz. But if you've been in this sector for a long time, and you ever follow Michelle ATLian like a year or so ago, maybe longer, then you know who Zillz is. And that voice of Sir King sounds just like Zillz. And when he popped up on my StreamYard a few days ago, it just hit me when I was talking to him about my old channel. It just hit me that, you know, Josh and Zillz used to hang with ATLian, but Josh, he has his own channel, and I don't know who Jamal is, but I know of Josh and Zillz. Josh, he has his own channel. Josh don't go live like he used to. Josh used to go live like 2-3 times a day, you know, back in the day. And sometimes he would hop on the StreamYard with Michelle ATLian, and they be driving around, you know, making videos together. Now, Zillz never ever showed his face. And Zillz, he started off his channel as promoting because he's really good at graphics and design and making videos, and he's good at a whole bunch of stuff, like a whole bunch of stuff. You know, a lot of elite people, you know, has came to him for his services, and a lot of YouTubers have came to him for his services. And then he kind of went from there to talking about some of the beefs that was going on into the sector, but he wouldn't talk about the beefs like Treecey would, or like, you know, some of the other YouTubers, you know, around here who is always talking about what's going on in the YouTube streets on anybody's channel. So he wasn't like that much into, like, he wasn't no beef reporter, let me put it that way. You know, he probably did some things like me sometimes. If I see something real interesting, I was like, child, oh, they over there on Five's channel, you know. But it ain't something I do every day. I don't report on no beefs every day because it's too exhausting for me. That's just me. I can handle watching it, but reporting on it every day, that's just too exhausting for me. Hey, Carla Prince, good morning, love. But yeah, so you remember him, Betty White? Remember Zillz? He used to get on his live streams, and he would talk to us, and you know, we would talk about different things. We would talk about relationships. We would talk about the world. We would talk about the president. We would talk about different things going on YouTube. We did all that with Zillz, and then for some reason, I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what happened to Zillz. And I'm like, he one thing for sure though, he never showed his face. Even when he would go walking, like he would be walking sometimes outside in the elements, and he would be walking around and he would be on live, but he would have it on dark screen. He never showed his face. And that's why the voice just stands out to me, because I used to tune into his lives like all the time. And he used to be on my lives on my old YouTube channel. Well, my old YouTube channel is still around. I upload stuff over there, but I don't go live over there. But he used to be over there, and he used to support my channel. And I had reached out to him, you know, in the past to help make me like banners or skits or, you know, stuff like that for my channel. And so I don't know, for y'all who remember Zillz, let me know if y'all watch this video after I'm done recording this video. Let me know if that's who y'all think it is too, or if y'all honestly still think it's Wolverine. I would love for Sir Charles to reveal himself. And it ain't got to be on my channel. It ain't got to be on Treecey channel. It ain't got to be on DKL's channel. I don't care who channel it is, because I really want to see the face behind the Sir King picture, because that would make for some interesting commentary, y'all. People gonna be eating in the YouTube streets for months to come, just like they was when Wolverine, when he revealed himself on Five's channel. You know, people was feeding off of that for weeks, and it just literally happened like a couple of weeks ago. But anywho, and again, I understand Brianna where she was coming from when she was like, you know, and other people, they were upset too with Wolverine, because instead of revealing himself on Pettyville, he, you know, went to the Babes, went to Five's channel and revealed himself over there. I'm just glad he did it. I don't care where he revealed himself, really, honestly, but I'm glad he did it because we do get to see him. Because that picture that Treecey had posted of that, I don't know who the heck that was. That light-skinned, old-looking man who looked to me like Mr. Clean. He looked like a version of Mr. Clean. Y'all know Mr. Clean, the big white bald-headed man on them commercials. That's who that man reminded me of. The picture that Treecey showed us. But then Wolverine came out because he was like, I don't know who that person is. That ain't me. So he came out and he showed himself. He's like 4 shades darker than the picture that Treecey has showed. So I don't know who that man is that Treecey has showed. But anywho, I am not yet convinced that Sir King is Wolverine. Again, I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I will stand corrected. But anywho, y'all, I'm about to get up out of here. I need to go get me some breakfast. We you know, when you under quarantine and you eating all the time and cooking all the time, like some of y'all, you know, y'all better get them cookbooks out because y'all still at the restaurants and ordering Uber Eats and stuff every single day because y'all want to get in the kitchen. I be in the kitchen, sure. So, you know, we done ran low on breakfast food, you know, so I gotta go out and get some breakfast. You said, poor guy, he doesn't even know who is this. Right, I don't know who that man is. When I saw that man, I'm like, is that Wolverine? Is that really him? I don't know who that man is. I don't know. Wolverine claimed he don't know who that light-skinned, big-headed, Mr. Clean-looking man is. I don't know. The thing about it on YouTube, people could tell you so much stuff about themselves and be lying. And people could tell you so much stuff about themselves and they could be telling the truth. And you still would think they lying. You still would think they lying. That's why I only reveal so much stuff about me. I got 2 kids. I'm a single parent. You know, most people know I'm a personal custom cake decorator. I flip cakes. I slang cakes. People, you know, people believe what they don't want to believe. But, you know, if you don't believe me, I tell people all the time, if you want to follow me, you know, you want to check out my cake art, all you got to do is go to Tanya's Delight, Slice by Slice on Facebook. On IG, I even have a separate YouTube channel for Tanya's Delight Slice by Slice where I do live cake decorating. A lot of y'all done seen me do live cake decorating on here. So, but I'm just getting at that some people, you can tell them something and they won't believe you, and you can tell them something and they will believe you, and it could be false. So that's the thing about YouTube. I don't really get up in arms about a lot of things that go on in this sector. Like after like Sean, like SB, they're doing some kind of production, some kind of reality show with certain YouTubers, and a lot of people now are thinking that a lot of YouTubers can't be trusted, their beefs can't be trusted, friendships can't be trusted, or lack of friendship. It doesn't really faze me because, for one, I've been in this sector. I've been on YouTube for a minute, and a lot of stuff I see people lie on here all the time. And that was before the reality show. The reality show. If you watch people long enough, you will catch them lying. You will catch them slipping. From the big YouTubers to the not so known YouTubers. You catch them lying. Either they done told the truth the first time and now they lying about it because they don't want you to know the truth, or they lied the first time and then they slipped up and forget they lied and then they actually tell you the truth. We see it on here every day. So why people are so up in arms because all these different YouTubers had these beefs, and now we don't know if the beefs was real, if the beefs was fake. I ain't really been giving that much thought to a lot of things that going on here besides it being entertainment. From Seven and her family story that got leaked, to people pictures of their grandparents coming out, to people stalking people and going to people's jobs and people's homes and taking pictures of the power lines outside their house. I mean, so much stuff goes on here, and I just like, hey, it is what it is. You either gonna follow somebody and support their channel, or and the fool la la, or you not. That's how I feel about all this stuff. And as far as the reality show goes, when and if it does happen, I'm gonna tune in to see what it's about. I'm gonna tune in to see if it's entertaining. Just like any other reality show, when a new show comes on Netflix, Hulu, cable, or whatnot, you tune in to see if it's entertaining. If it's not entertaining, you turn the shit off and you move along, and then you talk negatively about the show, or you do a horrible review on the show. So I'm if it happens, it happens. But as far as the beefs go with Treecey and Nicole, or Phi, or Brother J, or SB, or anybody else that was involved, like, if they do a show, they do a show. If everything that they've been doing over the last few months, years, was fake beefs or fake friendships or whatever, you know, it is what it is. Let them do what they want to do. Let them do what they want to do. But one thing is, we all see each other. We all see each other. So again, before the reality show talk came to be about, y'all, if y'all watch like I do and pay attention to a lot of entertainers, a lot of creators in this sector, you already know if they can be trusted or not. Because again, I've been around long enough, and I see the lies. I hear the lies. And I see certain things that I think are really truths in this sector. But it doesn't faze me one bit. It's not going, if you're not, the 3 F's, feeding, effing, financing, if you're not doing that, it really don't make a difference to me. And Betty, I think some of the beats was really real too. But I do think it's being manufactured. I do. But again, some people is still being entertained by it, and it's still making people coins. It's still bringing people to their channel, and they getting those clicks and views. But you know what? I'm glad you mentioned that about the beats being real or manufactured, because for a long time, like for a really long time, when VS used to be on these streets, and VS used to do certain things, and certain people did things to her, and I start reading between the lines. I would notice people react certainly to certain things done to them, and I would notice how others reacted to certain things done to them. And you just got to put all the pieces together. You got, like, when it came out, who really called the CPS on SB? I did not believe from the gate that VS did that. I didn't believe it. There are certain things on here that people do and say, and if you pay attention long enough, you're like, and I'm not saying I'm not team TSCC or whatever. I done said that before. I watch a lot of people. I watch everybody, because it's like this whole sector. I always said, not just what SB and them is trying to do with their show, but this whole sector, from the moment I jumped in this sector, was one big reality show to me. It really was. And it was just like entertaining. Okay, somebody over here called the cops on somebody. Okay, now what they gonna do? Somebody over here went to somebody's house. Okay, now what they gonna do? It's like, and then people doxing, the same people who complain about doxing turn into doxers, and they're even worse doxers than the original doxers. I'm like, the fudge. And people up here talking about, like, don't talk about kids, and they over here talking about kids. People talking about, don't people talk about people's parents, and they over here talking about parents. So I mean, it is what it is, and you either gonna stay in this sector and be entertained about it, or do like any other TV show that you no longer like and just turn it off. Just turn it off. But hey, I still watch a lot of people. And if VS was on here, I still be watching VS. Because she would be doing some good commentary on this reality show that is supposed to come about. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. You said they dox themselves. Some people do dox themselves. They do. They put out their address, put out their phone number, put out their apartment building, put out this, put out that. And 9 times out of 10, nobody is really going to run up on anybody. They might come to your old job. They might come to your power lines. They might come outside of your apartment building and take a picture. They might park down the street from your house. But 9 times out of 10, ain't nobody just going to walk up on you. Now, that incident with Shireen and VS, I said from the beginning, and I even ask people that I hang out with closely, friends, relatives. Like when my son's house almost got broken in last night, and I posted about it on Facebook. All my cousins, where he live, where he at, do we need to come over there? No. No. When something goes down with one of us, it can be 1 a.m., it can be 1 in the afternoon. If somebody would come over to our house for some ish, all it takes is one phone call from 2 a.m. in the morning to 2 in the afternoon. We rose deep. I had a situation with a guy one time. There's certain people I don't contact in my family anymore unless you really want somebody to get jacked the heck up. And that situation I had with a guy one time, he wanted to fight me because I beat up his girlfriend, and it was one of those scenes you see in the movie. Blood was everywhere on the walls. I mean, I mollywopped and monkey stomped this chick to the point where her boyfriend was so upset he wanted to fight me, and he's out there banging on my door trying to climb up the walls of my apartment trying to get at me and all this. I called one of my family members, and next thing you know, it's like 10 cars deep outside, niggas strapped, talking about where he at. I recall a time when my little bro, somebody had stole his video games out of his book bag when he got off the bus, and he came home crying, and one of my cousins grabbed his strap and walked into the house, not to put the strap on the child, because the child, they was all in grade school, but he wanted to make sure that whoever lived in that house gave back or made their child give back everything that they took from my little bro. And he walked up in there and told them to go upstairs and bring all the shit back downstairs. And then he walked my brother home. So, I mean, we don't play when it comes to stuff like that. And I'm sure there's a lot of y'all who got families like that, whether you want those family members or you don't want those family members. I done jumped in cars at 2:00 in the morning and rolled up on people. It's like, that's how our family was built. We all come from gangs. We got Crips on one side. We got some Vice Lords. We had some Bloods. And some of them are still in that mentality. They still walk around with rags hanging around their pocket, tied around their head. And it's like, some people don't realize when they messing with certain people's family members, they don't realize the severe repercussions that might come down on them for messing with somebody's family member. So again, I say 9 times out of 10, when people dox you on here, they ain't gonna come to your house. They might prank call your phone like some stupid little kids, but they ain't gonna come to your house because they don't know what's coming from. A lot of people got heat for that ass when they come to people's house. A lot of people got heat for that ass. You think that stuff with VS was something? That was nothing. That was nothing. That was nothing. Now, it would have been something if VS would have called some of her folks and they all swooped down on that restaurant and met that chick when she came outside the door. That's how my family roll. It ain't no, what you want, girl? What's going on? When we ain't starting stuff with people, our family members have our back all the time. That's just how we roll. That's just how we roll. License to carry. No, I'm telling y'all, those who follow me on Facebook, when I posted that post last night about my son's house, somebody trying to break into his house, and the police came. My son recorded the whole thing. The dude had a big butcher knife and everything. And one of my fam, he was like, dude, he was like, I can be there. I got that fire. What's good? It's like, I'm like, no, he okay. He's okay. But yeah, we have to protect our crazy self for family and friends. I mean, it's real. It's real out here. And that's why some of this stuff that happens on here, I see the doxing. I'm so used to it now. It's just like another day on YouTube when somebody get doxed. Because, I mean, from the Rick Reeds to, everybody on here that's been doxxed, even with somebody calling somebody's mama and cussing them out on the phone, they ain't gonna do that in their face. And that's real shit, because if you come to my mama and you cuss her out of her face, and my mama, she wasn't that type anyway. She was like one of the very few older women in our family who was a peacemaker, who was really religious, really in church, like churchified, like Holy Ghost rolling, Bible thumping, churchified. And the rest of us is goons. But so whenever something would happen with her, I always stood in, or my brothers always stood in, was like, what's good, Ma? We got that for you, from people disrespecting her, neighbors or whatever. It is what it is. No, I don't want y'all to do anything, just because my mom already know, like, it goes down. It really goes down. But so again, as far as these doxers, somebody even said it on Treecey's live. Somebody she called a cop, FBI. She called somebody, was like, okay, if they doxing you, there's really nothing. We see that there's really nothing that can be done. Like, people always say, I'm gonna call the cops. I'm gonna make a police report. I'm gonna file a police report. I'm gonna get a lawyer. It don't help. It don't help, because if it really did help, YouTube would have took certain people off of these streets, and the cops would have locked up certain people behind doxing. Am I wrong? Am I right? You said you decided to get yours an extra protection, especially being a Black woman in this country. Yep. Especially, and you're a single, especially, I'm not saying you're a single parent, but if you're a single parent, like a lot of people like me, and a lot of people, you have to have some type of weapon. Tasers, mace, a strap. I have all kind of stuff. I was grilling last week. I was grilling last week, and I was live outside on a live, and I was grilling, and I was like, rubbing my chest. I'm like, what is this? And I forgot I had weapons in my bra. I'm pulling them out on live. I'm like, y'all didn't see that. Y'all didn't see that. I keep weapons on me at all times. If I go walking, if I go to the store, I got stuff in my car. I got stuff under my seat. I keep something on me at all times. And that don't have nothing to do with YouTube. That has nothing to do with YouTube. I live in the hood. Thus, the title of this channel, The Hood Table. I have always lived in the hood all my life. And I'm not ashamed to say I live in the hood. I still live in the hood. So a lot of people still have hood mentality. Now, I don't have hood mentality per se, but I can go hood in 2.5 seconds, because it's in there. It's down in there, and it will come out just like that any given time. You said Tanya did a video called Mind Down, talking about what can happen when you dox and play with people's lives. I'm gonna have to check that. Tag me in that video, real mamas. How you doing, love? Tag me in that video, because I would love to watch it. But yeah, it gets, y'all think it gets real in these YouTube streets. Some of y'all don't even know what real is. Some of y'all ain't never had a fight in y'all life. Some of y'all ain't never seen everybody in your family walking around with guns. Like, some of y'all have never seen that. Some of y'all have never seen people selling crack and running crack houses. Some of y'all have never seen that. That's normal. When I was growing up, normal. People getting shot right in front of you. When I first moved over here a few years ago, 2 people got murdered on my block. I couldn't even come to my house. I had to park like 6 blocks away, and I had to come home. So the cops, being they wouldn't let nobody drive through the scene, he was like, well, after considering I've been working 12 hours and I really just was irritated and wanted to go home, he said, I have to walk you home. I'm cool with that. He walked me all home, and he was like on me, like right next to me, talking about if anything happens, you know, he would be responsible because ain't nobody supposed to be walking through the crime scene. But he walked me home and made sure I got in my house and was like, good night, ma'am. So I see that stuff every day. People be on YouTube popping off like they gonna do something and they ain't gonna hurt a fly. That's why I don't take a lot of the stuff seriously. I don't. So people who dox and find out where you live, find out your phone number, find out your dog name. From the beginning, when I first jumped in this sector, when I started my other YouTube channel, I just thought this was just one big reality show. So whether that's Wolverine or whether it's not Wolverine, back to the topic, the subject of the video, I'll stand corrected if it's really Wolverine, but I'll have to see his face. You can't keep telling me that's Wolverine. You can't keep telling me Sir King is Wolverine until I see his face, because I'm telling you, that voice does not watch the Master Wolverine. And I used to talk to that voice all the time. I know that voice, and I still think that voice is Zillz. And for any of y'all who've been in these YouTube streets for over a year, like maybe a year to a year and a half, y'all remember Zillz. And y'all remember Zillz used to go live all the time, several times a day, but he never showed his voice. And then when he came on my StreamYard the other day and he was talking to me and asking me questions about my old channel, that's when it hit me. It was Deanna Irvin, it was me, it was Miss Sislo and 2 other people. We was on my StreamYard. That's when it hit me. I said, I know who this is. When I knew, I was like, oh my God. I know who that is now. That's Zillz. He used to hang with A.T. Elliott and Josh and all them. He was like part of that little, I don't want to say clique or crew, but he's really close. He builds people websites. He built for companies, for YouTubers. He's really good in technology. I know that voice, and he just had to jump on my StreamYard for me to really pay attention. I'm like, because Wolverine don't know nothing about me. Wolverine don't know nothing about my old channel. Wolverine don't know me like that. So that's why I said I don't think Sir King is Wolverine. I think Sir King is Zillz. But again, if I'm wrong, I'll stand corrected. You said the voice doesn't match. The voice does not match at all. It doesn't match at all. Wolverine, his voice is just so distinctive. Like I could hear I could go to Walmart right now and hear that voice, and I'll turn around and be like, Wolverine. Like his voice is so distinctive, and it's not like Sir King's at all. It's not. It's not the same at all. But anywho, people believe what they want to believe. Me personally, I don't think that's Wolverine. I'm gonna keep saying that until I see Sir King's face. And I don't care who channel he revealed himself on. I don't care if it's Brianna's, Treecey's, DKL, Fives. I would just love to see the face. But I don't think it'll ever happen because, for one, Zillz never, ever. He would tell us all the time. We'd be like, Zillz, why you don't show your face? Why you don't show your face? We want to see your face. You got a nice voice. All this started coming back to me when he jumped on my StreamYard the other day. So, I don't know. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. That is my 2 cents on Sir King and the infamous Wolverine. And I really don't think the Wolverine is all that bad either. I really don't. And the way that Sir King was talking when he was on that live, and he was like trying to be like really respectful. He's like, I respect women. I don't really like cussing out women and stuff like that. It just brings me to think of Zillz, because he was always like that. He would always mention how men are so disrespectful to women. And Zillz used to talk about a lot of stuff on his channel. I don't know if he deleted his channel or if he just doesn't go live on his channel, or if he just created a whole new channel, which is the Sir King, and then deleted the other channel. I don't know. Or maybe he still has that for business purposes. So I don't know. But anywho, I'm about to get out of here. It's Friday. It's bright and sunny out. I'm about to run to the grocery store and stock up on breakfast food. We got other foods like freezer food and snacks and all that kind of stuff, but we need to stock up on breakfast food for the next week. Don't know how long we're going to be quarantined. So anyway, I hope everybody is being safe again and being healthy. And again, to those who tuned in last night to my live regarding my son, the breaking and entering, the attempted breaking and entering. My son is cool. I told him make sure he called a landlord today and make a report. So hopefully they can get that crazy tenant out of there who they think is addicted to drugs. And he probably was just trying to break into those people's homes in that apartment building to get money to probably buy drugs. I don't know. I don't know what's the deal, but you could tell from the video footage, he was wilding out, slurring, talking about skinning cats with the knife that he was swinging around. Hot mess, but he is fine. His girlfriend is fine. And I'm going to get out of here, and I will chop it up with you guys later. Tonight is Friday Night Live at the Hood Table. And I know one person for sure is going to be on here. Anybody's welcome. Of course, we can have up to 6 people on the StreamYard. Friday Night Lives, we had given a taste of that like a few days ago and last week. Friday Night Live, no topic off limit, whether it's the YouTube streets, whether it's the media, trending news, celebrities. No topics off limit, no holds barred. Friday Night Lives at the Hood Table. So hopefully you guys will be able to tune in tonight. I haven't made the link yet, but I will make the link. So if you have the notification bell hit, you can you'll get the notifications when it gets set. You said fun chatting with you. You too, Betty White. You know I love you. You know I love you. You said very important to have a physical report. Yes. What time Eastern? I think we're going to go live around 9 p.m., which would be 10 p.m. Eastern. I got to check with other people because somebody hit me up like literally right before I got on and said they want to come on the stream tonight. It's somebody from my hometown. But yeah, matter of fact, they in my inbox right now on Facebook. Oh yeah, and also before I forget, now that I'm thinking about Facebook, before I forget, let me put a link. I'm gonna put 2 links in the chat for I have 2 Facebook groups. One of them is the Hood Table private Facebook group, and the other one is Tyler Perry's Ruthless BET Show fan group. So if you are a fan of the TV show Ruthless, we do live reviews on that show every week on the Hood Table YouTube channel. But we also have a fan group where we discuss the show, and I post the videos in there too. But so I'm going. The first link I'm posting right now is to Ruthless. A lot of people are not really into that show because, just like the title says, they do some ruthless stuff in that show. They do some ruthless stuff in that show. So if y'all got sensitive eyes, I wouldn't recommend that y'all tune into that show because y'all might be like, you know. But anyway, here is the Facebook group link to our Ruthless TV show fan group. Okay, so that first link I just posted in there is to our Tyler Perry's Ruthless TV show on BET Plus. Click to join that group if you're a fan of Tyler Perry or a fan of that show. And then the Hood Table Facebook group is also a private Facebook group. We talk about everything in that group. Let's see. Here is the other link to the Hood Table Facebook group. Okay, so the second link is to the Hood Table Facebook group. The first link is to the Ruthless TV show fan group. I created both of those So those are my groups. I'm the administrator in those groups. So they're my groups. I'm not just inviting you to some random groups on Facebook. Those are my groups. The Hood Table group and the Ruthless TV show group. If you're a fan of Ruthless, I suggest you join that group. But yes, we do live reviews every Thursday. The show comes on in the morning on BET Plus, and by the evening or by the afternoon, we are reviewing it live, the TV show. So, and throughout the week to discuss certain storylines and characters, in the group. It's the Ruthless group is all about Ruthless. We don't talk about nothing else in that group. The Hood Table, we talk about all kind of shit, from my hood to your hood, celebrities, trending news. The Hood Table is just, what it is. But anyway, you guys, now on that note, I'm out of here. In the meantime and in between time, stay safe, be blessed, and I'm out. And have a wonderful Good Friday and a wonderful Easter, even if you're just staying in the house and grilling or having a little Easter egg hunt with your little kids around the house or on the outside of your house. But stay safe, stay healthy, and I'm out. Deuces. Oh, don't forget to like the video. Don't forget, in my brother Jay voice, don't forget to like the video and share it if you like, and subscribe to the channel. All right.